Hi there, hope you are well. Today I'm going to read you a monologue, okay? It's a lady called Amy, who is a writer, who is talking about an experience she has had, okay? And in this monologue there are only 10 complicated, slightly more interesting language points. I think in one of the last videos there were too many words. So this time I decided, okay, just 10. So listen carefully, try to guess what are the complicated words, try to write them down while you are listening, and after, as usual, I will talk about these words, all right? So let's go. Amy was fast asleep on the sofa. She'd had a bad night, tossing and turning in her bed, and she'd had a lot of trouble sleeping. Her husband had snored all night, so Amy had ended up on the sofa. At about 6 a.m, she dragged herself over to the coffee machine and made an enormous cup of black coffee. That should do the job, she muttered to herself. She then decided it was time to get to work and sat down at her computer. A big old yew tree she'd taken a picture of next to a church during her last trip to England. She opened up Microsoft Word, knowing that she needed to write at least 2,000 words today. But the ideas just wouldn't come. This was a situation Amy often dreaded, writer's block. And she'd been experiencing it often lately. The book she was writing was a sci-fi thriller about killer beetles that mysteriously appeared on Earth in 2042 and that were causing havoc and killing millions of people. All of a sudden, her computer screen went black. "What the hell?" Amy said out loud. She tried to turn the screen back on, but nothing happened. "Well, I guess it's just not my day," she thought, and went back to the sofa and binge-watched the latest episodes of her favourite series. So, that's it. Poor Amy. Okay, let's have a look at some of the complicated or interesting vocabulary. The first thing is, Amy was fast asleep on the sofa. She'd had a bad night. Tossing and turning in her bed. Maybe you can guess what that means. You know, it's when you can't sleep and you keep turning and falling asleep and waking up and moving. And in English, we say tossing and turning. Okay. Number 2, the verb to snore. Do you know this one? So her husband had snored all night. Yeah, you know that. I hope it's not the case for you. So, and number 3, Amy had ended up on the sofa. At about 6 a.m, she dragged herself over to the coffee machine. What is that? To drag. Drag is like pull something along the floor, or you can pull yourself, like you can't be bothered, tu as la flemme to walk, so you drag yourself over. Traîner. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, to mutter. What's that, to mutter? Mutter is when you speak sort of, and it's not very audible, like no. Like marmonner in French, to mutter. The next one, number 5. She talks about when she opens her computer, her desktop image is a big old yew tree. It's just a type of tree, but it's a very beautiful tree. Often we see this tree next to a church, you know. In French it's if. Often they are very old trees, you know. A yew tree. Okay. Number 6. So she opened up Microsoft Word. She had to write 2,000 words. However, the ideas wouldn't come. It was a situation Amy often dreaded. The verb to dread, what's that? She did not like this situation. She worried about it. She feared it. So dread. To dread is redouter. A situation she often dreaded. 7. We have the short word sci-fi. I think you know what this means, but maybe not. The book she was writing was a sci-fi thriller. So sci-fi is a shortened version of science fiction, the genre of writing. Okay. So her sci-fi thriller is about killer beetles. What's a beetle? Yeah, it's a famous band in England with Paul McCartney, yeah. But that is B-E-E-T. Here it is B-E-A-T-L-E, a beetle. It is an insect. Do you know this one? Yeah, a scarabée beetle. You know the famous car, the Volkswagen Coccinelle in French? In English, we don't call it Coccinelle. The real name, maybe not the real name, it's a German car. I don't know what it's called in German. But in English, we say Volkswagen Beetle. Volkswagen Coccinelle. Scarabée, pardon. So, that was Beetle. Now, number 9. So the Beatles mysteriously appeared on Earth in 2042, and they were causing havoc. What does this mean, to cause havoc? And they were killing millions of people too. So cause havoc is faire des ravages. Yeah, so havoc is like ravage. A new word, I think, for you, but an interesting one, to cause havoc. All right, and the very last one is the verb to binge. So when Amy's computer stops working, she closes it and she goes to the sofa and sits down and binge watches her favorite series. Sorry. Something in my throat. Oh yeah, so she binge watches her latest series. To binge, what does that mean? Yeah, binge is like watch in an addicted manner. So you just watch one episode, another episode, another episode. You can't stop. You are addicted to the series. We can say to binge watch, to binge drink if you are alcoholic, to binge eat if you like bad food. Okay, so those are the 10 words for today. So thanks for watching. As usual, I always tell everybody, if you want to receive some games to practice this vocabulary or the text, and also a PDF of the story, you can subscribe to my email newsletter below in the description. And every Sunday I send an email with some games and a PDF for you to print out. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.